I don't really have much to say for the intro. We're just gonna go into some gameplay and talk about some quick tips I use in the top arena board with FP. Don't worry, this will definitely apply to people who aren't super stuck with their statistics and whatnot. I have a level 71 Liberator, and this guy with a 69 has 8k plus my DPS, talking a defense card. But regardless, stats aren't always everything. With the right kind of finesse, you can breach the leaderboard even with some really subpar equipment. First things first, we're gonna get this out of the way. Sometimes I see people in arena with FP just holding down the attack button and they miss like 5 different swings. FP's neutral attack isn't really strong. What makes her deadly is the dash attack she does at the beginning, because people who run into those whale FPs with max out liberators, they know what I mean. That shit hurts, especially if you get caught with it 3 times in a row. So it works like this: dash, action button, dash, taunt, then hold the attack button. It's way better when trying to catch running opponents, and then that's a lot more damage over the fight. Here's an example of doing it in a fight. Now my FP is weak, as you already know, so it doesn't look as substantial, but I'm telling you, it's way more effective when you get to that point of having a strong 40k plus FP, and it starts becoming OP. With that out of the way, a lot of times I see people mistiming their weapon skills hella hard with FP. What I like to do to get surefire damage is run in front of my opponent after proccing a speed boost. It becomes unavoidable even if your opponent tries to change directions. Just keep in mind, if you wait too long to launch your skill when you get ahead of your opponent and they decide to change directions, like sure, you'll still hit them if you're not that late, but against an FP or another unit with a speed boost, it can become so much less rewarding. Nari, this little rat. Like, Nari is beatable with FP if you can manage to chain her, but let's be real, it's not all that often that you can. Like, she can cancel her attacks so fast, she has no delay on anything. See, when I face against Nari, I actually do a combination of water and fire. Start of the game, I'll cut her up and make her go on the defensive, because not a lot of people like to have damage on their Nari. Now what a lot of Naris will do is expunge all or a ton of their attack gauge when you're in range. When that happens, I dip in for damage, proc a speed boost, and get to a safe distance. You really want to zone out these Naris, because you never want to look scared when fighting someone. If you do this against a Nari, they are going to rush the hell out of you. Do as much damage as you can, but just don't full on rush him down, because that won't net you as much damage as you be hoping for. Another thing I love to do with FP is preemptively use our weapon skill out of range. I run into practically no FPs who try this, because like when they weapon skill, they want to do it up close so they'll get a lock on. Because no one likes to do this, you can catch a lot of people with this trick, and you can cut off their escape routes if they try to run away, or catch people trying to run back and forth, because sometimes they like to run up and back from you and wait for you to move closer so you can weapon skill and you'll miss. Like, this will trip him up so hard if you do it. It's not always consistent though, so only do it when your opponent has a weapon skill and you know you'll lose the game or something if they catch you with it. Something to know when you're fighting an FP versus an FP and they try to bait you with a box, when you dash attack and taunt, it takes away the delay you get from striking the ground compared to when you try to action button. So takeaways from the video: dash attack canceling, attack, action button, attack, taunt, attack. You can also attack, then taunt if you want, just put up the shield first, doesn't matter. It just feels smoother to hit the action button first. Running in front of your opponent to weapon skill, just hit them with a quick attack, run in front of them, weapon skill, don't wait too long and you're straight. Fighting your arch nemesis Nari, water and fire, don't look scared when facing your opponent, get some decent damage. The preemptive weapon skill, only do it when your opponent also has their skill up and you can't face tank it. And finally you have box baiting. After you dash attack them, just taunt and you don't have to worry about any end lag. But that wraps up the FP tips vid. If you have any tips of your own you want to comment below, or any techniques you want to share, maybe you have something cool people don't know, like, just go for it. Also be sure to comment any hero you want to see next. I can cover Rue, Arabelle, Eugene, Lin, Gabriel, Beth, Ogma, anybody I have, I can do it. That's all I have to say. So I hope you're able to take something from the video. Subscribe if you haven't, and you can also unsubscribe immediately afterwards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.